yeah, yeah. Here it comes.
I am One Punch Dan.
You think you're trolling, we'll change the facts. One punch Dan attacks with impact. When rage turns to fire, your tears turn to snow. One punch Dan's coming for you, a hero with a solar glow. So cry more if you think it will help. One punch Dan hits straight through your scalp. Wrongdoers, it's over for your defamation. One punch Dan will save your reputations, like Ezra Miller situation. One punch Dan, feel his power shock. Boom, boom, you are shot straight through the room. Evildoers and scumbags don't have a prayer. One punch Dan and his mega fist will always be there. Don't mess with One Punch Dan. You can't fight a fist you cannot see. One Punch Dan will defeat your douchebaggery. So cry more if you think it will help. One Punch Dan hits straight through your scalp. Wrongdoers, it's over for your defamation. One Punch Dan will save your reputations, like Ezra Miller situation. One punch Dan, feel his power shock. Boom, boom, you were shot straight through the room. Evildoers and scumbags don't have a prayer. One punch Dan and his mega fist will always be there. One punch Dan, feel his power shock. Boom, boom, you were shot straight through the room. Evildoers and scumbags don't have a prayer. One punch Dan and his mega fist will always be there.
I'm leading a battle. Isekai and her ruthless cyborgs want humanity decimated. Her plan is to terraform Earth, leaving only artificial intelligence to conquer our world. I'm not letting that happen, and it's going to take more than just me to stop her. I will enlist the help of the greatest superheroes alive. This war ends now.
Are you here to help, or are you just another one of Isegai's
Hello,
spies?
darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision
Help is on the way, son.
that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of their street.
I'm so in love with you, Danny.
I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence.
Fight time.
And in the naked light I saw
So you are the legendary Isekai
10,000 people
fascinating.
People talking without speaking.
Come on, cyborg bitches, is that all you got for me?
Come on, bitch boy, bring it on. Fight me.
It's over for you, Necron.
No one dare disturb the sound of silence.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new and special episode of the ZodWriter Show. I haven't been live for a long time, and I apologize, but as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I've been a little bit busy. I've been completely focused on the One Punch Dan movie, and I feel honored and humbled that all of you are here tonight to listen to me talk about how I feel about certain things, as well as, talk about One Punch Dan, of course. And with me here to do that tonight, I'm going to be joined by a few special guests. I've got Qatar from the executive branch, and I've also got the Bishop from the executive branch. And before I get into anything here, I just want to tell everybody what the executive branch is, in case you don't know. In case you don't watch Come On In and Get Some with the Bishop, you might not be quite aware of what the executive branch is. What the executive branch is my team of executive producers for the One Punch Dan movie. I call them the executive branch because they are constantly involved with One Punch Dan stuff. Whenever I want to talk about One Punch Dan and I need a soundboard, I need guys to talk to, I need to be able to bounce ideas, I need to be able to positively, filter that energy through a group of guys that understand and are creative like I am. So it's easy to talk to these guys, and Bishop is not just a member of the executive branch, but he's also my collaborator, my partner when it comes to music. I do a lot. I release a lot of music, and lately him and I have been collaborating on a lot of different things. Mainly my main artist, who is Jasmine Starr. I put out a lot of music for her, and now I've got Bishop helping and coming up with stuff and being there to assist in certain things, and he's co-produced a couple of videos. So that's what the executive branch is for people of for people who don't know. And I have to say, guys, I am so thankful that you guys are here with me today, because it's been very, very hard to find the right mode of excitement to get into, because I've just been so busy. I haven't even had a chance to really stop and think about things, and this gives me a chance to actually really talk about things and delve into things. And there's nobody I would rather be here with than you guys in the chat in the executive branch right here. And I want to give a special shout out to El Necron, who is a big part of the One Punch Dan movie. As you can see, if you just watch that trailer, I've released a couple of trailers recently that feature El Necron heavily. He is really, really a good character in this movie. He's a very important character in this movie. And I'm thankful that you're here, El Necron. So thank you for being in the chat for this stream. The link is pinned to the chat. So Necron, if you want to jump on when we start talking about One Punch Dan, you're more than welcome to jump on and join this conversation. But what's going on, Bishop and Qatar? What's up, guys?
Qatar, you go first.
Hey, Well, this is a busy season. It's Christmas, and I'll be having my stream on Christmas Day tomorrow. So it's been nice being part of the executive branch of One Punch Dan. How about you, Bishop?
Man, listen, Zod know how I feel. I have been just ecstatic ever since I've joined this project, and I once again I want to thank you publicly for allowing me to be a part of it, man. It's just there's some brilliant work going on, and they not ready. That's all I keep saying. Y'all not ready.
They
y'all,
not ready.
y'all, they not ready. And it's just an honor, man. I'm hyped. Every time I see something new, I'm hyped, and I just can't believe I'm actually a part of something like this. I've always wanted to be something, a part of something like this, and I thank you. It's an
I,
honor, man. It's truly an honor.
I don't want to. I don't want to cut you off, Bishop. I appreciate everything you're saying, but I want to address Jake here in the chat really quickly.
Jake
Jake is
like
saying,
this
bro is
bot.
making fun of Jimmy Gunn and making something atrocious. Jake, I want to talk specifically to you and people of your ilk before I even get started, because I haven't said one word about James Gunn. Okay,
Here we
I
go.
haven't said anything. I just
Yeah,
got
here we
here.
go.
You have
Nobody said anything.
you have no idea how I feel about this trailer. I haven't said one word about how I feel about James Gunn, about the trailer, about Superman, about anything. I haven't even mentioned it yet. And you're talking trash to me about One Punch Dan. All I can tell you right now is that One Punch Dan is taking a lot of work. It is a long, long process. The stuff I'm releasing for it right now is just trailers, just teasers. I
I have no
guarantee
idea.
you, when you see the final product, you won't be saying it's atrocious unless you're just a hater. If you're just a hater and you're just here to hate, then you're not going to like it regardless. So I don't know why you're here in the chat. If you're here just because you think I'm going to trash James Gunn, maybe you should stop and like listen to what people have to say before you automatically just assume that they're going to take a certain perspective. That's something I'll never understand about people, when they just jump to conclusions and just assume that people are going to say certain things. It's ridiculous to me. I don't mind. I don't mind if you don't like what I'm doing with One Punch Dan. I understand that I'm going to have haters and I'm going to have people that aren't going to like it, but at the end
Jake
of the
is
day, at least
One
give it a
Punch
chance.
Dan is living rent free in Jake's head.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I don't understand why it's necessary to come at me like that when I haven't said a word. I haven't said anything
I,
about the
I,
trailer.
I see
Go
how
ahead.
this is going to go. Let me take my shades off because I see how this is going to go. Let me get ready. hmm I mean, nobody even mentioned Gunny Poo. Nobody said anything about him. We're talking about the project that we're making. Okay. We'll get to him later. Oh, he's going to get it, but he ain't getting it right now. Okay. People, I tell you, it's crazy. Hmm. Talking about Big Gun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, I know, and I know, and that's why I'm addressing it now, Bell, because I don't want it to be something that I'm going to continue to have to address throughout the evening, because I know we're going to probably get a few people that are going to come in here
Of
and
course.
and say things just because they've got nothing better to do. But I will say this, and this is the main thing that I have always said, and this is my main belief system. And I don't know, Jake, you might not believe it, but here's my view on this whole thing. If you don't support something and you don't believe in something, then you don't want to spend your time around people who don't support what you support. There's enough people out there that support James Gunn. There's enough people out there that support whatever it is that you support. So why don't you go and follow those people? I would never waste my time going to people's channels who believe the opposite of what I believe in, and then I go in their chats just to troll them because I don't agree with them. That doesn't make any sense. That's a waste of time. You should big up the things that are important to you and don't worry about what other people think. That's another problem. This whole society we live in, people care way too much what other people think about stuff. And it never,
Really?
it never used to be like that. What do you care about attention, about what other people think? Who cares? You let your stuff speak for itself. And that's where I am with regards to, like, for example, with regards to One Punch Dan. First and foremost, I'm making One Punch Dan for myself. That to prove to myself that it can be done. Whatever anybody else's feelings are, that's just like an added bonus. So because you've been so supportive, Jake, we're gonna go ahead and play the One Punch Dan trailer one more time before we get into our main discussion. So here we go.
Wow.
I'm leading a battle. Isekai and her ruthless cyborgs want humanity decimated. Her plan is to terraform Earth, leaving only artificial intelligence to conquer our world. I'm not letting that happen, and it's going to take more than just me to stop her. I will enlist the help of the greatest superheroes alive. This war ends now.
Are you here to help, or are you just another one of Isagay's
Hello,
spies?
darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision
Help is on the way, son.
that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, beneath the halo of their street.
I'm so in love with you, Danny.
I turned my collar to the cold and damp when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence.
Fight time.
And in the naked light I saw
So you are the legendary Isekai.
10,000 people, maybe
Fascinating.
more. People talking without speaking.
Come on, cyborg bitches. Is that all you got for me?
Come on, bitch boy, bring it on. Fight me.
It's over for you, Necron.
No one dare disturb the sound of silence.
All right.
Yeah, that was cool.
We are back again.
Oh
Y'all not
no.
ready. Y'all not
Uh-oh,
ready.
another one is here.
Who we got?
What do we got?
Y'all not ready. Y'all not ready.
They all
Woo.
not ready.
They're not, bro. They're not ready.
You know what? It's cool. It's cool. Since so many people seem to care what I have to say about, James Gunn, because I don't want to be here all night. So
Go ahead.
I'll make it real brief and simple, and then we'll wait for Belle Reeve to join us. But here's the
Go
thing:
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
don't care about James Gunn's Superman. The trailer wasn't for me. I wasn't a fan of it. I didn't like it. I feel that it's a downgrade from what we got before, and I just don't think it's going to be a good movie. And that's fine. I don't care if about people who like it or don't like it. Like what you like. If you support it, that's great. That's great for you. That's great for Gunn. That's great for the DCU. Love what you love. I don't care. I'm not here to stop anybody from liking what they like. That's the thing I don't understand. I don't understand why people believe that they have to try to make everybody believe that their opinion is the superior one. Like, I don't understand why, like, okay, I don't like the trailer. I'm not interested in the movie, but does that mean that everybody else has to be like me and not like the movie? No, you can go see the movie. You can watch the trailer. You can enjoy it. I'm not stopping you. So I don't understand why it's so important for you to gang up on me because I don't like it. I don't understand. People's likes and dislikes used to be okay. It used to be fine for you to have a subjective opinion. But now everything is goddamn political. Everything's political. Everything is either this or that. And if you're not this, you're an a-hole, even if the people on the other side do the exact same thing, but but because your side isn't doing it, this side is wrong. This is why I don't like our political system. This is why I don't like fan bases. This is why I have a problem with movies and TV shows and our entertainment and all that. It's fine. You can like whatever you like. Like what you like. I'm very happy for you. And you know what? Here's the thing. Anybody that supports this James Gunn movie, good on you, because you have something in mind that you want to see. You're excited for what you're seeing. And I'm glad for that. Because not everybody's going to be like me and feel like you're seeing something that is a reaction to what we got before, even though I might add that some of the stuff that James Gunn did in that Superman trailer is just his version of what Snyder did. And you can't say that I'm wrong. Why was it okay for James Gunn to have all of these depressing shots in the trailer of Superman and all this stuff? Why is it okay for Gunn? But when Snyder was doing it, Snyder destroyed your childhood. That's what I want to know.
Right. That's crazy.
Here's another thing I want to say, and this is something that that's been on my mind for quite a while. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, Sil, because you're another person. You can do whatever you want. Support whatever you want. You decided that it was more important to support James Gunn than it was to support your own friends. That's what you chose. That's the decision you made, and that's perfectly fine. And if you think One Punch Man is whack, you think it's going to be bad, I advise you, before you trash it, to at least watch the movie when it comes out. Because when the movie comes out, it's going to be something unique. It's a ground floor thing. It's never been done before, okay? And I am doing something that a lot of y'all haven't done. I'm trying to carry on the legacy of our friend that passed away. I got permission from his family for him to be in the movie, and I'm talking about Mikey Sutton. So if you want to trash me, go ahead. You are allowed to do whatever you want to do. That's one of the greatest things about America, right? We have freedom of speech. We can say what we can say and do what we want. But you just have to realize, hey, people can do what they want to do. I say live and let live. Do your thing. You want to support James Gunn? Support James Gunn. But I mean, that's your choice to do that. That's not what I'm going to do.
Well, I just want to say a little something about haters, because I'm going to come from the great poet Cat Williams. Cat Williams said, and I quote, "Don't worry about haters. You're supposed to have haters. If you don't have haters, that means that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I need more haters because I'm getting low." Okay? Don't worry about the haters. Haters are gonna come, and haters are they're gonna be there. But that just lets you know you're doing something right. I'm not worried about that stuff. Just like you said, if you like what you like, then like it. But you don't have to get on other people because they don't like it. I don't like the trailer. I can't stand the trailer because he looks like Star-Lord playing Superman. He looks like Star-Lord. Okay? And you mean to tell me you got your ass whooped so bad, but you got enough strength to whistle and say, home, take me home. And you're going to get drugged all the way across the frozen tundra by your dog? That's corny. I'm sorry, it's corny. Henry Cavill was the best that ever, well, I ain't gonna say he's the best that ever did it, but he's one of the best that ever did it. And we want that back. We don't want to see David Cornswavel, because that's what I call him, David Cornswavel, because he's a bootleg Henry Cavill. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see, and I'm going to say it again, Todd, I'm going to say it again on your show, because I say it all the time. I put up a picture on X today, and I asked the question that I always ask. How in the hell can Mr. Terrific's pants be tight as hell and baggy at the same damn time? Don't believe me? Go look at my post.
I will say this, like I said, I'm not, the creative decisions that James Gunn has decided to make for his trailer. I mean, that's all well and good, whatever. But I do know this. I do know that Warner Brothers rejected that trailer 7 times.
7.
And they just gave up and decided, put out whatever you want, because they know it's not going to be a success. And I love this. Why don't you get off the goofy couch and actually make something good, real, not trash? What are you talking about? What does that even mean? Like, are you serious? I mean, do you really? Are you actually really like paying attention to what you're saying? I love how people can make judgments about other people, but they haven't done shit. They're not doing nothing. But it's okay for them to attack me for what I'm doing. I don't understand that either. That doesn't make any sense to me either. So you know what? We're gonna go ahead and handle this situation.
Exactly.
Well. Take care.
Don't pay attention to somebody who's probably sitting on the couch eating a bag of Cheetos and don't have nothing else better to do in their life but sit up there and judge somebody else's stuff.
Like I'll tell you this. I know that my One Punch Man teaser trailers are not perfect. I don't expect them to be perfect. I know they're not perfect. But nothing is perfect.
Yes.
But and I will say this. I'm sure James Gunn isn't happy 100% with his trailer either. But you make compromises.
His people who did the editing for his trailer, he fired them.
Yep.
Man.
Yep.
So something is happening in DCU heaven.
Okay. And no, all the trailers not perfect. Nothing is going to be perfect. And no creative who creates art is ever satisfied with their final product. None of us.
No, none of us are. No.
Okay, that's just the part of being an artist.
It's very rare when that happens, and when that does happen, it's a complete accident.
Yes,
let's just put it that way.
Absolutely. So because
there's a couple of Jasmine Star songs that I am completely happy with. That I legit feel like those songs cannot be any better. There are a few of them that are like that.
Straight bangers.
Yeah, those songs are bangers.
The great Oh So Fresh says here that Gunn spent millions on the trailer. He should definitely feel ashamed for this monstrosity. I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true.
You should feel ashamed. And here's the thing: if you like it and it's your brand of humor, and James Gunn is your brand, is your cup of tea, then by all means enjoy it, live it up, enjoy it, because you see, these kinds of things are short-lived, and this is what everybody should understand when it comes to Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers likes to pull the rug out from under people. So you James Gunn supporters better make sure that you go and you see this Superman movie multiple times and you support James Gunn, because if you don't, this movie is going to be the fastest end to a universe you've ever seen, because if this movie fails, so goes the rest of the DCU. And I hope you guys, you Gunn supporters who attack everybody, realize that and understand that it all hinges on Superman. You're not going to be able to ignore it like you did Blue Beetle and Shazam and all the other movies that came out. You're not going to be able to blow it off and make excuses. You're going to have to actually leave your mom's basement and go watch these movies. You're going to have to actually watch this movie instead of spending all your time trolling people on YouTube, Twitter, and other social media platforms because they don't agree with you.
Hey, Zod, how long ago did Man of Steel come out?
Well, Man of Steel was 2013, so.
And ever since, and we're in 2024, right? And they're still talking about Man of Steel.
That's
I guarantee you,
Rent-free in their brains.
I guarantee you, in the same amount of time as years go on, no one is going to be talking about this ridiculous movie like they did Man of Steel. They're going to be talking about how awful it was and how of a disappointment it was.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I don't know, because like I said, the movie is going to have its fan base, but I just hope that fan base is big enough for the movie to be a success. Because my thing is as much as you James Gunn supporters hate the rest of us who don't support James Gunn, I hope you realize that it's not up to us whether the movie succeeds or fails.
No.
That's what the thing is. It's not up to us whether the movie succeeds or fails. It's up to the box office. It's up to you guys showing up and showing out for James Gunn. If you don't do that, you can't turn around and blame Snyder fans or blame general audiences because your movie wasn't a success. You have to prove and you have to support your guy like we supported Snyder. We supported Snyder, and WB pulled the rug out from under us and screwed every one of us. So if you expect WB to do the same, to not do the same to you, you have to support this movie, because James Gunn himself has already said in interviews, he's basically said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that if Superman is not successful, that's it. He's pretty much already said that. So this is why I believe he's green lighting all these other things, because he knows it's not going to happen. Tony Khan asks, he says, how do you feel about Creature Commandos getting greenlit and renewed for a second season?
I don't feel anything. I haven't watched season 1.
Here's the thing.
I saw the first 2 shows and I've never watched another one.
Here's the thing about Creature Commandos, Tony. Nobody is watching Creature Commandos. Okay. I've seen every episode because I want to know what Gunn is doing, and I can honestly say that this doesn't inspire any hope for the future of DC, at least as far as I'm concerned. Who starts their big cinematic universe off with a goofy cartoon? You guys can talk all the crap you want about me and One Punch Dan, but I want to know who starts their big DC cinematic universe off with a cartoon. Give me a break. Not only a cartoon, but an adult cartoon that's badly written, badly acted, and the one behind the scenes element that James Gunn chooses to share with people is the sex scene between
Right.
a couple of actors using his phone to show the footage. Give me a break.
How
Come
creepy
on.
is that?
How do you defend something like that? How?
That's
I don't
creepy.
know. And really, the only reason Creature Commandos is getting a second season is because James Gunn is the man in charge. And that
Period.
That's obviously true, and they seem to ignore that fact.
and it remains to be seen if there'll be a season 2 of Creature Commandos, because like I said, if Superman is not successful, you can flush the DCU down the toilet. So there's that.
Yeah.
If nobody is watching, why did they decide to make us? Because James Gunn is in charge.
He's in charge, duh.
Yeah.
Of course.
He's in charge, Tony. James Gunn is in
Just
charge.
because it's greenlit does not mean that it's going through.
Yeah, if it's greenlit, and if the DCU is successful, meaning if you Gunn fans go see this movie and make it a success, you can't just download it off of torrent. You can't just watch it on streaming. You have to actually support it when it's in the theaters. If you don't do that, it's not going to go any further. That's what I keep telling you guys. You guys, this is the thing. James Gunn, he could greenlit Captain Banana, and he could say Captain Banana is going to get 7 seasons. But if there's no universe for Captain Banana to have 7 seasons, it's not going to have 7 seasons. So good luck with your Creature Commandos. Because
I think people forgot that the first lineup for the DCEU was already green-litted back then, like the Flash before Mazuche, what's his name? The Flash, Flashpoint. The Flashpoint.
Flashpoint,
yeah. They greenlit a couple of before they change directors, before they change.
I love this. I love this comment. Gunn should be directing Porky's, not Superman.
Exactly. Exactly.
.0.
Porky's origins. Gunn should be directing Porky's origins.
I love all the Porky movies. I love them.
I'm gonna admit that this is the thing, and here's the thing. I didn't go into the Superman trailer, guys, with any expectations whatsoever. Okay, I wasn't sitting there thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna hate this. I just went into it just to see what it was like, and I guess what I'm gonna do for all the haters that came in here and decided to insult me, thinking that was the way to get me to come around to their side. That's the other thing I never understood. If you want somebody to come to your side, okay, you have to elicit them positively. You have to come to them with a reasonable demeanor to have a conversation and a discussion. You don't just come in with a Viking attack and just start hurling and expect people to just see it your way. That's another thing I've never freaking understood. But I guess I'll talk about positives. I'll talk about the things that I liked about the Superman trailer.
Because there were some.
There were. I liked Crypto, believe it or not. I thought Crypto was cute. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was a cute.
I did
puppy.
too.
I enjoyed that part. I thought it was cute to see, and it shows you how weak of a Superman David Cornsweet is, because he's got to have a little dog drag him across the Arctic,
frozen tundra.
I literally thought that is
That's
one
probably a
bad
sequence.
That is one badass dog. I give credit. I got to give credit where credit is due. Crypto was the star of that trailer as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
Let's see what else did I like. Okay, so I liked Crypto. boy, boy, my God, this is hard.
It's hard.
Let's recap for people that are just showing up. I liked Crypto. Okay, Crypto. He
I
was
got
awesome.
something.
Man,
I got something.
woman,
What?
if
Okay,
you
go ahead,
if
Bishop. What else?
you
I'm still thinking
if
about what
you
else I
like
like.
DC Comics, then you should like the DC Comics way back in the 1960s.
I,
I
I
I,
mean,
like the cape.
I'm gonna. You liked what?
The cape.
The cape.
you like
Okay.
the cape.
Okay. I
That's
can,
it.
you know what? I can understand that. I can understand you liking the cape because the cape was kind of reminiscent of Christopher Reeve, except for that goofy new 52 collar that they decided to
Yeah.
use. If they
Yeah.
didn't, if it didn't,
Just the
if it
cape.
didn't, if it didn't. Oh, and
It
by the
looks
way,
like
I'm a
rubber suit.
comic book fan, so I know that this version of Superman is inspired by the new 52. So for
Yep.
those out there that are going to sit there and try to say that I'm just a Snyder bro, no, I'm a comic book fan. I read the comics. I collected new 52. I know exactly what James Gunn was going for here with this Superman. Tony Khan says, if Superman is successful at the box office and the DCU is not canceled, would you accept the reality, or would you say that it's a conspiracy, that it's not legit? See, Tony, don't put words in my mouth and
For real.
don't make assumptions. Okay, I don't think any of it is a conspiracy. I never thought it was a conspiracy to begin with. Back
Read,
with the whole
Havoc's comment, guys.
I will. I am going to. The thing I'm trying to say here, Tony, is what happened to Snyder was super shitty, and anybody who knows anything about film would agree with that. It was super shitty what happened to
It
Snyder.
was. It
So
was.
your I'm not going to say that it's a conspiracy or anything. I'm saying that I do not believe that James Gunn has the fan base to facilitate a DCU. I don't think it's going to happen. Now, if I'm wrong, Tony, yes, I can accept the reality, because the reality will be that we'll get more movies and we'll get future seasons of Creature Commandos and Captain Banana and whatever else James Gunn wants to do. But if I'm being realistic, and I want to be realistic here, I don't think this movie is going to be a success. Because I don't think there's going to be enough people that are going to support it. Because Gunn fans are notorious for attacking everybody on social media, but not financially supporting the movies when they're in the theaters. And that's what counts. You have to support the movie when it's in the theaters, or else the studio isn't going to continue to green light this crap. That's the reality. So
Hence Black Adam.
So Tony, I'm going to ask you the same question. If Superman fails and your Gunn friends don't go see it and it fails and they pull the plug, will you accept the reality? That's the question.
Yep.
Did Sin Havoc say something else? Oh, he's talking about Tony Khan here. That was the one, Guitar?
Yeah. That's the one.
Okay, yeah. Sin Havoc says the conspiracy. Explain Gunn working with WB, DC, and Marvel Studios since 2011 as a consultant with executive power. Explain that. Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Sin Havoc. It's like these people forget that I spent over a year of my life writing a book about how corrupt Warner Brothers was. And that book is called Pause Not Stopped. And while that book is shelved and cannot be released for legal reasons right now, that doesn't mean that all the knowledge that I got from creating that book is completely gone. And I got news for these people. The book isn't gone either. It's just on hold. It's just shelved right now for legal reasons. But I can honestly say this. Everything that Sin Havoc said right here about James Gunn is 100% true. It's 100% factual information. Just like the fact that Warner Brothers would have you believe that Superman did not cost over $363 million to make, when in actuality it does, because I've seen the government documents that prove how much they spent on this movie. So I don't know. I don't know where people get their delusions from, but I realize now that we live in a world that is what you would say post-truth. We live in a post-truth world where facts do not matter. All that matters is what you believe, how
Their
you
own
perceive
truth.
things, and who you support. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter if it's true. Okay?
They like to live in their own truth.
Exactly. All right. And with that, I want to bring on a very special guest to the ZodWriter Show, a good friend of mine who I miss dearly, Belle Reeve. Welcome back.
Hello, Bill.
Hey, Belle.
Are you muted, Belle? Oh, there you are.
It's been a while.
It's been forever. It's so great to see you. How have you been keeping up? How's life?
Sorry, my background noise was on.
Oh, well, how have you been? How's life been lately?
I've been good. Just moving forward. That's it. You know, that's all. Living day by day.
Well, that's a beautiful thing. I'm glad that you look like you're doing well. Your face is glowing, so you look happy. I'm just so glad that you're doing better and everything. And yeah, so I mean, how do you feel? I know you did a trailer reaction, and I know you weren't happy either. So I'm so glad that you're here, because this is kind of like a therapeutic moment for me. Go ahead.
Oh, that's good to hear. So I kind of been out the loop, because once the Snyderverse was like, not us not knowing that it was going to be concrete, I kind of like just left, you know what I mean? And it's a Superman film, so it grabs my attention automatically, regardless of the director. So I already knew, I had an idea what to expect. But to be honest with you, Todd, a lot of the stuff on that trailer, I didn't really like. I was surprised, because it's exactly the same shit that Zack Snyder did, but in a James Gunn twist. And everybody's rooting for it. Everybody's like, oh, hell yeah, this is going to be the best Superman, blah, blah, blah. Everything they've been fucking saying. So, it's like, wait a minute. He's doing the exact same shit Henry Cavill did, but it's just corn sweat, and he's directed by James Gunn. So, I'm not saying I didn't like the trailer, but I wasn't, in love with the trailer either. So.
How did you feel about Crypto? Because Crypto was really the only thing I thought was cute. That was it.
He's a cute dog, but I don't know. I still honestly, Zod, I don't know how the fuck to feel about it. I don't, because it's.
Wasn't Crypto a Labrador?
Yeah.
I thought he was a pit bull. I don't know. I always thought he was like a buff white pit bull. I always pictured that in my head. You know what I mean? Because the dog is supposed to match the owner. Everybody knows that. So I don't know how to feel about the scruffy dog, but I mean, it is what it is. But it is a cute dog.
Okay, it's a cute dog. I just love the fact that it's okay for James Gunn to do exactly the same things that Zach did, just with his own way, in his own way, and everybody gives him a pass and thinks it's going to be great. But Snyder ruined people's childhoods. I that's the thing I'll never be able to understand.
Yeah, it's bias at this point.
That's bias.
And I said this before, Zack Snyder can give you the Superman movie that everybody thinks they want, and they still would hate it, just because of the simple fact that it's Zack Snyder.
Yeah, exactly. And in the trailer, some of the shots were almost identical to Man of Steel.
Yeah, it did have a weird. It's almost like because I keep thinking about it, and I'm like, what if James Gunn is doing this on purpose just to prove a point that there is Snyder hate, because they are friends, right? Aren't they? I mean, I heard it's that they're
it's so funny. We don't really know, because the only picture that exists between Snyder and James Gunn is that same picture that's been floating around since the Dawn of the Dead days. It's that same photo. There's never been any other evidence to support that they've ever had any communication whatsoever with each other ever since. So who knows?
Wait a minute now, you know, they got to be close because, you know, everybody just mistakes him for Zack Snyder.
Oh, yeah. How about that? When James Gunn said that he got mistaken for Zack Snyder, the guy literally has Zack Snyder living rent-free in his head.
Yeah, that's true.
There is nobody on God's green earth that is going to mistake Colonel Sanders for Zack Snyder. Please.
It's awful. He's so creepy. He is.
Oh, come on, people. James Gunn has a dog. He has a wife. He has a brother. He puts them all in Superman film. Nepotism at its worst example. Absolutely. I
mean, everybody.
Everybody. I mean, come on. You know, Sean Gunn. How many roles does Sean Gunn have to get in a movie, right? How many? You know, Sean Gunn's got work in the cartoons. He's in the movies. He's in the, you know, and his wife. I mean,
he's catering. He's driving the cars.
I mean, let's not forget that the princess in Creature Commandos that Rick Flag Senior is sleeping with is underage. Let's not forget about that.
Is she really? I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, let's not forget about the necromancy.
Oh yeah, we gotta have necrophilia, right?
Oh yeah. That's when I saw that, I was like, oh my god. Like the animation, like I said this before, like I don't mind the animation because you can do a lot with animation. You can get away with a lot for some reason. I don't know what it is with animation. It's just there's just some stuff that is better on animation than it is in live action. So like his Creature Commandos, I've been watching it, and same thing. I don't love it and I don't hate it. I love DC animation, so it's like really hard to not watch the animations that come out. But it is James Gunn. Like it's every episode is James Gunn's written all over it. You know, his style, his
He's humor. Even in the opening credits. They made a cartoon out of James Gunn and put him in the
How narcissistic is that?
The last episode made me cry. I felt bad for Weasel. But I'm a female, so it's hard for me to, you know, to not be triggered emotionally by stuff like that. But yeah, that was very sad what happened to Weasel.
Yeah, well. Superman versus Jurassic World, Rebirth, and Fantastic Four next July. And of course, One Punch Man. I don't think Superman has a chance.
At all.
Totally. What do you think about the views? What do you look at? I know this might be a hot take, but like it crossed my mind. I was like, I wonder if he paid for views. If someone paid for views, because that's a lot of fucking views.
He did. They did. They've got the money to do it, and they've got bot farms that if you spend the money, you could, look. If I wanted my channel to have 10 million viewers, I could pay to have 10 million viewers on my channel.
That's what they do.
So it's not far-fetched, right, to think that way?
No.
Okay. I thought I was tripping. I was like,
no.
And it has to be, like, because that's a lot of fucking views, and a lot of people are using that right now. Like, oh, well, I got a lot of views, and that's how you do it.
I love this comment, Belle. We're Snyder incels, and we're actually talking positively we're talking a little bit positively about James Gunn, but we're Snyder incels.
It's so I'm so over this dead ass fucking Snyder cultist, Snyder incels, Snyder simps, all that.
Yeah, all that.
Like, get over it. We're here. We're not going anywhere. Fuck you guys. Like, you know,
tell them to get a life.
Right, like you were just talking about how you cried for Weasel, and this person here is calling us Snyder incels. You know what you have, Corn Snake? You and your people have what I like to affectionately call Snyder derangement syndrome. That's what you have.
Go.
Every single time.
SDS.
You just automatically assume that it's about Snyder, and Snyder hasn't been at DC for over a decade.
Right.
Yeah,
But we're
right.
supposed to sit here and you guys always bring up Snyder. You know what I love? When this fails, when this Superman crap goes down the toilet and Gunn's
And it
diesel
will.
They
dies,
will
and
eat their words.
they're gonna try to find a way to blame that on Snyder too.
Oh yeah,
Or us.
That's
Yeah.
all roads lead to
totally,
Snyder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So-
remember when the trailer first dropped, there were people. There was a report out talking about some. Oh well, the Snyder fans know how to ruin a good thing. What do you mean? Because we had that trending day.
Yeah.
They were upset
Yeah.
about that.
I don't know what what the problem is. Snyder incel. I mean, I don't think Corn Snake knows what the word incel actually means, because that doesn't make any sense. Like
No.
it makes legitimately no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, and I'm a woman. He doesn't.
Right.
A woman
Right.
can't be an incel.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I rest my case. That's and we got Darth Plato whack-a-mole time.
What's up, Darth Plato?
I genuinely feel like we were like I'm not even trying to give James Gunn the benefit of the doubt. I'm just saying it's not for me. I will never like James Gunn for my own personal reasons. I have a lot of personal reasons why I do not like James Gunn that literally have nothing to do with his films. There's things about him that I just do not like. And the reality is that nothing that he does in the movie is going to change that. But I can separate the art from the artist. So if the movie is good, I will have to cop to that and say, you know, this was a good movie. I am going to see the movie. I'm actually going to see the movie with a friend of mine, another YouTuber friend of mine, PD7. Phil and I are going to go see it together. We're going to watch the movie. And I know it's going to be a Siskel and Ebert type of thing because he's really hyped for the movie and he thinks it's going to be good. And I think it's going to be dog shit. So we're going to watch it. And when it's all said, we're going to do like a little debate about it after it's over. Now, if I go into this movie and I get totally blown away and I think it's the greatest thing since Christopher Reeve, then I'm gonna have to go back and say, well, yeah, it was a good movie, whatever. But I don't think that because of what I saw in this trailer. I don't think it's going to be good, Val.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch Superman L only because I need to criticize the said movie, and I can't do that if I don't watch it, right? Then my friend will be mad at me for not watching.
Well, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not going to the theater to watch it.
Well, neither are the Gunn fans.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Belle?
I was gonna say, go to the King George's comment real quick.
Oh, King George. Okay, sure.
King George.
Let's see. King
Even
George. This one.
on Christmas.
Some of us don't fucking celebrate Christmas, asshole. That's all I
What do
want.
you say?
Even on Christmas, dumbasses don't take a vacation. It's unbelievable. Not everybody celebrates Christmas.
That's very true. I
That's
hey,
true.
I can't disagree with you there.
Actually, I celebrate Christmas every
That
day
really
of the
pissed me
year.
off.
I celebrate Christmas, and
Yeah,
well,
even if you do.
you know, I mean, obviously he's talking about himself. Okay,
That's funny. Yeah.
I mean, it is Christmas, and you're the one talking all this mess. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yes.
And Andrea's right. It's not. It's
Oh,
technically
yeah.
it's not even Christmas.
Just to be clear, Belle. King George was talking about corn.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry, King George.
So we cleared King George. I'm at the point though, Val, where you are too, where it's one of those things where these people just come
We're in
use any
defensive mode.
excuse to come at people. So now we're in defensive mode. So I totally understand too. It's ridiculous. And like I said earlier, I don't have a problem with people who like this and who support it. That's fine, you know. But I just recognize that it's not for me. I feel like we have an unfinished story with the Snyderverse. We need, you know, everybody says sell Snyderverse to Netflix or restore the Snyderverse, whatever you want to do. I think the hashtag should actually be finish the Snyderverse or conclude the Snyderverse. That's what it should be, because at this point we need it to be finished. For all of us that have this OCD, we need the Snyderverse to be done so that we can move on with our lives. But no,
exactly. There's too many cliffhangers.
There's too much there, and that's the problem with jumping on board to support something else that's supposed to replace what they didn't finish in the first place. That's a big problem. You know, you know, if James Gunn really wanted to unite the fandom, he would have allowed Snyder to finish the movies, and then they could have canceled all those other movies that they released. They could have canceled all 4 or 5 of them because they all flopped anyway. They could have canceled every single one of those and just let Snyder do Justice League 2 and 3.
That's the thing, too. They're wasting money. Like, they might as well have just kept Henry Cavill and continued, because, like I said, James Gunn is doing pretty much the same shit Snyder did. So they're actually wasting even more money. So I don't even know why the fuck. It just doesn't. I feel like I'm in like an alternate universe or something. This is still so weird to me. It really is. Like I said, I did not expect the trailer to be like that. I really was thinking save a cat out of the tree, Superman. But we're not getting that either.
Right,
that's what he wanted. That's what he's trying to lead people to believe.
That's what I want to know. I want to know where our smiling Superman is at. I want to know where that beautiful big like Colgate smile, and then he climbs up in the tree and he reaches up and grabs the cat and he's petting Crypto and rubbing Crypto on his stomach and all this crazy stuff. Where's all that? Let's give us happy, super cheerful Superman then, James Gunn. You said it all that time. You got to own that. You can't just try to out Snyder, because you're never going to get the Snyder. You're never going to get Gunn is never going to get the Snyder fans on board with what he's doing, and that's something that I think James Gunn thought he could do. He thought he could do that.
Yeah, and what's up with all these characters? Remember when people were like, too many characters? Ultraman's in this fucking movie? Not that I'm complaining. I don't mind. I don't care if there's a lot of characters.
Ultraman, I think, is being played by Corn Sweat as well, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I believe so.
Remember when people were talking shit back in 2016? Oh, they're trying to rush the universe. Too many characters. How come no one else is carrying the same exact energy? Why?
It's called hypocrisy.
It's not.
I don't know why they don't. They're not acknowledging the fact that Gunn has 975,635 characters in one movie. They don't care.
Completely ignored. Not fucking fair. Okay, I'll tell you.
It's definitely not fair. It is one of the most unfair concepts in this universe. And I'm like you, Belle. I feel like we shifted into another timeline, and we're living in some bizarre ass timeline that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And this is how it feels. It's
bizarre world.
Yeah, it feels that way. It really does. It doesn't make sense, because in no real world should James Gunn be the head of DC Studios. That in and of itself is just like, yeah, you slipped into an alternate universe, because anybody think that guy is the right guy for this job, period.
In no world is Superman supposed to look like Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, let's see what Sox Bulletins is saying here. Our Cordovan speedster in One Punch Dan.
Hey.
People forget when Gunn announced the new reboot, he messed up because he caused the film studio to lose money. He announced the reboot before the last 4 DC films had come out. Yeah, that made no sense either. That's why I say they should have just did the 4 movies as like a tax write-off, and then just let Zack Snyder come in and do Justice League 2 and 3. They would have made more money with Zack Snyder 2 and 3 than they ever would have with these 4 movies that they did. And Zack would have did it cheaper, and he would have shot them back to back too, so that they would have been done.
Yeah.
Honestly, guys, I would rather see the Batman than this movie.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I agree with you. After that Penguin show, I think they can kind of do whatever they want to do. They should probably just let Matt Reeves do what he wants to do. But it looks like they're trying to push him out too, and so that they can make Robert Pattinson James Gunn's Batman. How do you feel about that, Val?
Damn it, I don't even know how to feel about that, because the Batman, I like the Batman film. It's an okay Batman film. I like Robert Pattinson too, but again, this is my issue. We had a Batman. He was great. He was good.
Yes.
Still want that to move on. I can't move on without having that first, if that makes sense. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like it was at its peak. That was the best that we got, and they took it from us. So now it's making it very hard for me to fucking move on with the rest of the universe.
Yeah,
exactly, because we want the good stuff. We want the good stuff. The warehouse scene in BVS was one of the best Batman scenes ever.
Yeah, it was. I agree.
BVS is one of the best movies of all time. Let's just be honest. Without BVS Ultimate Edition is one of the best movies ever. Best superhero movie of all time, and it's been untouched. It is literally peak cinema. Nothing better has come out since. And I can honestly say that even Zack Snyder's Justice League, as much as I love Zack Snyder's Justice League, I still think that BVS is the top
agree with you, Zod.
echelon of superhero movies. There's nothing better than that film. It was incredible.
It really was.
100% agree.
When my twin sister dropped down and did that.
Okay. You know, how many times do I got to kick you out of my chat, man? How many times do I got to remove you for you to realize that we don't want you here? I mean, is there something like, is it you just have nothing better to do than to just keep
I was about to say
alt accounts? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Son.
And we were being called. They were calling us, along with the lovely Belle, incels earlier, right?
Yeah.
But we have people like this, right? I don't know.
That's strange. You're strange to make more accounts just to come back in to say that. What the hell?
Son,
it makes no sense.
Son, let me say something to him. Son, get a life, son.
An incel.
Come on. You're acting like you got a little mental issue right now, son. Why are you doing all that? It's not that deep. These are movies, son. They're movies.
Well, you know what? I gotta get Belle's reaction and her opinion on something a little more interesting here. So let's see what Belle has to say about this here.
Okay.
I'm leading a battle. Isekai and her ruthless cyborgs want humanity decimated. Her plan is to terraform Earth, leaving only artificial intelligence to conquer our world. I'm not letting that happen, and it's going to take more than just me to stop her. I will enlist the help of the greatest superheroes alive. This war ends now.
Are you here to help, or are you just another one of Isagay's
Hello,
spies?
darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision
help is on the way, son.
that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence and restless dreams I walked alone. Narrow streets of cobblestone. Beneath the halo of their street.
I'm so in love with you, Danny.
I turned my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence.
Fight time.
And in the naked light I saw
So you are the legendary Isekai.
10,000 people made
Fascinating.
people talking without speaking.
Come on, cyborg bitches. Is that all you got for me?
Listening, people
Come on, bitch boy, bring it on. Fight me.
It's over for you, Necron.
No one dare disturb the sound of silence.
Oh, One Punch Dan. I thought I heard One Punch Man. I was thinking that earlier when you were
No, it is One Punch Dan, and that's my movie that I'm going to use to compete with Superman. In fact, I'm releasing it on July 11th to compete with Superman, so that we have something good to watch that day, because I think Superman is going to be a depressing mess.
honestly, I don't even know what to expect when I
That
watch
movie is going to be all over the place.
it. Kind
Yeah.
of does. And to be honest with you, that wasn't a teaser. Why are they calling it a teaser? Like, I felt like I watched a good chunk of the movie.
Basically.
Yeah, really. And I've been releasing little One Punch Dan teasers and different things for quite a while now, and I'm trying not to give away too much of the movie. But the thing is that I want people to be at least a little bit excited, and I think it's and I still think everything that I've released looks better than this Superman. I just don't think that this Superman movie is going to do well, and that's just my opinion. I don't, because again, Superman fans don't, James Gunn fans don't pay to see movies. They download movies. They attack other people online who don't like James Gunn, but they don't pay to see anything. We're Snyder fans. We actually pay to see movies. We actually go to movies and pay money to watch the movies and support them. So I don't know, Belle. I'm confused. I don't know, Belle. I don't think it's going to do good. I don't think James Gunn has the kind of fan base he needs for his Superman to be successful. I don't even think it's going to make Superman Returns money, to be honest with you. I'll be surprised if it makes $300 million. I'll be surprised.
I agree.
Yep.
So what do you guys think? Box office, what do you think this movie will make? What do you think?
Well, I betted someone already that it's definitely not going to cross $1 billion.
No.
Oh,
My
no.
guess-
It's not even close.
My guess,
Cross $1 billion.
it's Superman, and you already know Superman's a very, he's not just a face of the comic book world. He's also a face of, of time,
Yeah.
pop culture.
Mhm.
So, and kids, even young kids, even the Generation Alpha, they all love Superman, right? So that is why I think it might make 6 to 7.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that it's Superman.
I'll say 10. I'll say 10.
10 million?
It's funny.
Superman Returns didn't make any money, right? Superman Returns, everybody, that's what I'm saying. What's going to make this do any better than Superman Returns if he's trying to return to that, to that style of storytelling?
How much Superman Returns make?
Let me look up the Superman Returns box office, because I don't think it's going to make Superman Returns money. Hold on, let me check.
Well, while you're doing that, let me ask Belle a question. Hey, Belle, have you seen the images of Mr. Terrific.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. My camera's being a little messed up. Yes, honestly, I like Mr. Terrific. I like the way he looks. I did hear what you said about his pants, and I need to go back to the trailer to see what you were talking about, because honestly, I was looking at his upper body and his head.
Well, you won't be able to really catch it in the trailer. You have to look at one of the stills from the behind the scenes. That's where I got the picture from. Yeah, I've never seen it. It's a clothing impossibility. How can they be tight and baggy at the same time? I've never seen that.
Unfortunately, it looks like we temporarily lost Belle. I think she's fixing her camera, so maybe we'll get her back.
Yeah.
But for those that are curious, Superman Returns made $391.1 million worldwide, and I don't think that
it's not
going to make that.
It's not going to make the amount that it costs to make it. It's not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I'll say it might peak at maybe about 150 million. I'll say maybe, because the opening weekend is going to be the most that it gets.
No, yeah, and it's not going to make much off of its opening weekend. That's what I'm saying. There's no, people just don't want to admit that the reality is that they don't pay to see movies. James Gunn's supporters do not pay. James Gunn's supporters are all preteens, teenagers, and losers who have no ability to actually go out and spend money. They're going to download everything. They sit in the basement. They're going to download everything. They don't pay for anything, but they will fight you tooth and nail on social media. That's what they do. That's who James Gunn's fans are. Marvel fans are not going to go out in droves and support this movie because Marvel fans love Marvel. So that's what that's about. And we have the beautiful Belle back on the stream. We can see you now, Belle.
Yeah, I got this new webcam and I'm still trying to figure out how to use it.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out my webcam too, Belle. I understand completely.
Welcome back.
So what were you guys talking about right now?
Well, we were talking about how the fact that James Gunn fans don't spend money and are not going to support the movie, and that Superman Returns made $391 million worldwide, and it most likely that's pretty much the most I would expect James Gunn's Superman to make. If he can swing that. I don't think he's going to. I think it's going to flop worse than Blue Beetle, but that's just me.
And that's a shame because I like Blue Beetle.
Did you say you like Blue Beetle?
I did. I enjoyed it. Grandma with that gun was everything.
It's definitely a fun ride movie, but like I said before, I got a taste of the other shit. So like it's hard. It's hard to move on from that.
Yeah, I know.
King George says, "Welcome back, Belle."
Yay.
See that? You have your misunderstanding, and now King George is welcoming you back.
So I heard you earlier, Zod. You were talking about so if Superman fails, that's pretty much the end. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think it's like going to be the end? Like they're going to take a break from making DC films? Or
no, you know what I think is going to happen? The studio is going to get sold. It's going to get broken up into parts, and it's going to get sold off. And then a few years later, some other studio, whoever ends up owning DC, is going to end up trying to make more movies. I don't know what they'll do. We don't know who they'll be. But I think that this was all planned. that they know that this Gunverse is going to fail. That's why Gunn is green lighting all this crazy stuff that nobody wants to see. He's making a Sergeant Rock movie, for God's sake. Nobody wants any of this stuff. So I think he's just doing this because he knows it's going to fail. So he's just making his own like deranged version of Superman because he can get away with it. And he knows he'll never have any other opportunity because it's going to flop. He even said in an interview, if it flops, it's not like they're going to keep making movies. So he knows it's not going to do well. He already knows that.
Hey, Noel Leon Flores.
We've
Welcome
got Noel
to the chat.
Leon Flores in the chat.
Noel.
And there is too much uncertainty riding on the new Superman movie. Exactly. Absolutely. And hey, I wish I could be excited for the Superman movie, but that's why I'm making One Punch Dan, because I'm not excited for Superman and I want to have something to be excited about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Belle, I wanted to be, give us something new, give us new characters, give us something that we could be, we could be hyped for and say, oh yeah, this is awesome. This is a new franchise. This is a new IP. This is something different. So I don't know.
Yeah. That's how I felt. Because I thought it was going to, like I said, I thought it was going to be something that wasn't done before. And I had to watch this trailer, I had to watch it 4 or 5 times to make sure that the feelings that I had, because your feelings change when you watch something more than once, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I feel back and forth with my feelings. And then I was like, wait a minute, this shit has been done already. Why is he not smiling? Why is he getting a can thrown in the back of his fucking head? Wait a minute, Zack Snyder did that shit. You know what I mean?
All of it.
Yeah, but Zack Snyder did it better. That's the thing. Zack Snyder did it better, made it look more realistic. Made it look more. They didn't like how Zack Snyder did it because Zack Snyder made it look too real. It hit too close to home because it's how it would be if Superman existed in our world. But James Gunn is making it look cartoony and making it look like, even Corn Sweat's haircut. What is the deal with that bowl cut? That weird, and then the Jim Carrey Green Lantern. I don't know what's going on.
The broccoli Clark Kent and the mop head Green Lantern.
And the Hawk girl that said her costume was too tight. It was riding up on her. It's crazy.
Or he said that he wanted to start with younger actors and actresses to start his universe, but isn't what's his name? Fallon? I forget his name. Nathan Fillion, isn't he? He's in his early 50s.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion.
He's way too old and way too fat.
Yeah.
I'm not ageist or anything. I don't care about age, but it's the fact, it's what James Gunn said.
James Gunn doesn't care about age either, Belle.
Yeah.
Look at the new Hal Jordan. The guy he wants to play Hal Jordan.
Yeah. Pistola.
Who's going to play? Oh, wait. I know who's going to play Hal Jordan. The guy from American Horror Story, right?
I think so. Yes.
That dude.
And he's too old to be playing. I'm not ageist either, but come on now.
Yeah.
That's just a little bit too much creative license. Come on now. It's crazy.
And why is he using Guy Gardner? That's another thing that's kind of bugging me. I noticed that James Gunn likes to do, and I think he does it on purpose. He likes to use characters that people don't really know too much about.
Because then he can do whatever he wants with them, Belle. He doesn't have to make them faithful to anything because he knows nobody cares about those characters.
Right.
Yeah.
He has freedom to just go ahead and do his fart jokes and have them run around in their underwear.
And I did my, I don't know if you guys watch my stuff, but I did my research on Weasel. And I've said this before, that's not how Weasel is in the comics. Weasel is a humanoid acrobat. He knows how to fight. He's kind of he talks like a human. He does all that. He's not some freaking
Mongo, like
Whatever the hell that
who the
was.
hell he is.
he's a weasel.
Some overgrown mangy weasel. That's not what he is. I said,
I heard that James Gunn modeled him after his brother, so figure that out. I don't know.
Well,
I don't have a problem with it. That's the thing. People will be like, "Oh, well, it doesn't have to be this way," and it's like, well, that's my point. I don't have a problem with it. It's the people that complain and say stuff like, "Oh, well, that's not comic book accurate," stuff like that, and it's like, okay, so why does this person get to get away with it? It's just like I said, it's just 100% bias. That's all it is.
Yeah,
and that's what makes my blood boil.
Yeah, James Gunn is definitely not comic book accurate, not in the least. And you're gonna see, and it's like, he's honoring the new 52, and the only stamp that he put on it is by including crypto. And like we all agree, it's a cute dog, but it's not comic book accurate because Superman has a white Labrador, and that is who Crypto is. Crypto is not this cute little dog that is dragging Superman through the frozen tundra. It just doesn't happen. I don't understand.
Take me home.
It's a CGI dog too, right?
Right.
Oh, and by the way, Val, okay.
CGI dog.
I'm getting all kinds of hate for my One Punch Dan movie because I'm using AI to make the movie. And here's the funny part. There's a lot of sequences in that James Gunn Superman trailer and I can tell that James Gunn used AI, and I know exactly what programs he used because of the programs I'm using to make One Punch Dan. So I know
the kaiju, the unnecessary kaiju.
Yeah, he used LTX for that kaiju.
Oh, yeah,
kaiju,
for real.
And later on, God.
LTX for real. I mean, somebody made a comparison about the kaiju and Superman and the kaiju and Suicide Squad. He has a thing with kaijus.
Well, I mean, he better do it right. That's all I got to say, because
Well, Zod, if he didn't do the kaiju right in Suicide Squad, what do you think is going to happen in this one?
I don't know, but PD7 is the guy I'm going to see Superman with. Him and I are going to see it together, and I swear it's going to be a Siskel and Ebert situation because I honestly have no hope for this movie whatsoever. I think it's going to be so bad that I don't think anybody is going to be excited. Only the people that truly support Gunn are going to love this movie. Real Superman fans are going to hate it. And I got news for all those James Gunn people that are attacking people. I've seen tons and tons of videos from people that are just general DC fans that are not fans of Snyder at all, who hate what James Gunn is doing. I'm literally seeing, and these are people that are not Snyder fans, but it's so funny how everybody that has some criticism about what James Gunn's doing is automatically attacked and labeled the Snyder cultist incel. It's so incredible to me.
Yeah, that's the go-to with me. That happens to me all the time, and I'm like, dude, I don't even like all of Snyder's movies. Like, I really believe that he excels the most with DC material. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. But his DC films, even The Watchmen, they're fantastical. They're great.
Yes.
You know?
They're masterpieces.
And
His
Bell,
DC movies are...
You and I both feel the same way about BVS. We always have. So that's
that's the best
where
movie.
it is. Yeah,
that's his best movie.
Without a doubt. Without a
Some
doubt.
want to say 300, but I disagree. I think BVS is his best work.
Yeah, absolutely. $10 super chat from Rel McMillan. Thank you, Rel. It's so good to see you here, man. Haven't seen you in a while. It's great that you're here. He said, Zod, you're so right. The propaganda that Gunn goes by source material is such BS, but yet Snyder haters use that lie to defend why Gunn is the right person for DC. I couldn't agree with you more, my friend. That is 100% true. So I gotta
And
try to find something here. I'm gonna find something from One Punch Dan that's unique.
give him a drop. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a drop. I'm gonna give you a One Punch Dan drop here. Man, thought I still had the. Did I get rid of the drop from the drop with you know the drop I'm talking about, Bishop, the one with Just Josh, where he's hold on, let's see.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
I think it's in the live action section. I'll find it for you. I'm sorry about this delay. Hold on a minute here. We'll drop something for you here.
Well, while you searching for that, I just want to say something about Gunn. What really just disappoints me is the fact that he knows this movie is going to flop, and that's the reason why he wanted to politicize the movie now. Talking about Superman represents our country, battered and beaten. What are you talking about? You know, he's just trying to make it more gravitas, so people, oh, well, that's what he meant when that's the kind of story he's trying to tell. No, he's not. He's trying to tell a goofy story about Superman that don't nobody want to see.
All right, I know what I'll give you. I'll give you some alpha pass. Here we
always
go.
love alpha.
Let me give you some alpha pass here.
The Holy Warrior.
If it'll allow me to give you that clip. Jeez.
It will. Let me put some of them bishop powers on.
It's been a while. It's been a while for me because I haven't done a live stream in so long. Oh, it's uploading the clip. That's why I thought it was just gonna let me do it. It's actually uploading it. That's why it's taking so long. Sorry about that, but you'll get it. I'm over here like, oh, sorry about the delay. It's really wild. It's really wild. Processing. Great stuff. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
You all may not know me, but I'm Alpha Pass, and sometimes when shit gets real, I gotta spread my wings. And well, evil Earth-conquering cyborgs hell-bent on eradicating humanity definitely counts as one of those times.
Okay, so there you go. Thank you, Rel.
It's gonna be so good.
Homelander represents our country. I agree with you. Can you expound on that a little bit, Belle?
Oh, well, it was just a stupid meme that I saw of it was a Superman and a Homelander, and it said what people think our country is, what it actually is, and it was Homelander. Because I mean, I don't want to turn this into a conspiracy stream, but I have my beliefs on our country, so you're gonna have to get one of my streams.
It's okay. Listen. You do good. You do good stuff. I just don't always get to catch you live these days. But I'm just glad to see that you're back up and doing streams again, because it's
been so
you're essential part of this community, Belle. I mean, my God.
Thank you.
I mean, King George misses A-Pass. Yeah, I miss A-Pass too. It was always fun doing streams with A-Pass, but life happens, and when you have a busy schedule, you just have to, you have to go along with what's important. So I just honestly though, this Superman is kind of depressing to me. This is the first Superman movie to come out in my lifetime that I am not excited to watch.
I agree.
And that makes me sad at heart, okay? Because I've gone to see all the recent stuff. I saw all the recent stuff in theaters. I think back in 2006, I went with my mother to watch Superman Returns. That came out. So I'm really, really irritated about the fact that I'm not excited for this James Gunn movie. I feel like
I'm mad. I'm
do you
upset
guys
and
feel
I'm
like
mad.
I'm not
guys
I'm
excited.
upset.
do you guys
Go
feel
ahead, guys.
do you guys feel like we're too close to it? Like we're too close to it. We know too much about the behind the scenes and James Gunn's shenanigans and all that. Do you think that that's the problem and it's not really the movie? We'll start with you, Qatar. What do you think?
I don't know, man. Ever since I was a bit younger, uh, I watched movie in the makings on TV, so no issues with inside information for me.
Okay, Belle, what about you?
My issues with the Superman movie.
Do you think that we're too close to it because we know all this stuff about James Gunn and all the behind the scenes drama and the shenanigans, and that's
what ruins.
That's what's ruining it. I kind of feel that way too, because I'm wondering, because I have this dislike for James Gunn personally. I don't like James Gunn. So because I don't like James Gunn personally, is it influencing, the idea that now he's got this movie and I don't necessarily like his material. So now, I'm having a hard time reconciling all that with if it's going to be a good movie, but I'm going to try to separate the art from the artist and actually sit in the theater and watch it. What about you, Bishop?
Well, due to the fact that, it's not our fault that we got so much information because they just kept flooding us with pictures and behind the scenes. And so you couldn't help but form an opinion. And that's why I'm mad, because the things I saw were ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Every single one of those characters look ridiculous to me. They don't even look cartoonish. They just look ridiculous, like bad cosplay. It's just I'm mad at James Gunn because he's taking this beloved property and just treating it like it's, like just whatever. He's not listening to what the fans want. He's not listening to his own people. It's I don't know. It's just I don't know.
And we're heartbroken too because of the Snyderverse. I think that doesn't help. You know what I mean? Like we have
I'm just tired of people
a little bit, I mean, I'm salty.
And I'm just tired of people using Snyder as an excuse for everything. That's what I'm sick of. Like I understand that you're mad. You think that just because I loved the Snyderverse that's the reason why. And they always like to fall back on that and use that as an excuse, but that's not the reason. This has nothing to do with Snyder. If it was a different filmmaker other than James Gunn, and I said this to you privately, Bishop, I said that if Taika Waititi were directing Superman, I'd be more enthusiastic than I am about James Gunn, and that's only because I don't like James Gunn. I don't like, and let me be fair here. I don't like a lot of the movies that Taika Waititi has done either. But I can tell you this: I think Taika Waititi would probably do a better job than James Gunn. But that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got so we got this $5 super chat here from Darth Plato. Thank you, Darth Plato. He says, I saw Superman in theaters in 1978. It was dope. New Superman trailer crushes me. Okay, well we've got to give you something because you were crushed by this movie. So we've got to give you something. Let's give you. Okay, are we going to keep with the theme here since we did a fast one earlier? Keep with the theme here.
Time for my leap of faith. Here goes. Nothing. I'm dead, I'm not leaving here without a fight. Alpha Pass to One Punch HQ. I have engaged Isagay's cyborgs. Please make note in Austin's data logs that my death appears to be pending.
Oh, y'all not ready.
All right. Thank you again, Darth Plato, for the super chat.
Y'all are not ready.
People are not ready for
They're not
One
ready.
Punch Dan. Yep.
They're not. They're not
I
ready.
gotta ask you, Bell, what would James Gunn have to do with this Superman movie to get you excited?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm already like I don't think he could do anything, dude. Like it's like I said, like I already have these feelings that are already, you know, it's already what's the word I'm looking for? It's just messing up my thoughts about how when I go watch this movie, because I'm gonna go watch this movie in theater with my husband. He doesn't want to watch it. He can't. He's another Snyderverse fan. I just know that whatever he does, it's not gonna be as good as what we had, no matter what. I don't care what anybody says. Okay, that's my personal opinion, because I feel like we already peaked. The DC universe and film wise already peaked, and we had it. And they discontinued it. Okay, it's like going to freaking Baskin Robbins and then they were to discontinue pistachio almond ice cream.
Oh,
my favorite ice cream at Baskin Robbins. If they were to continue that, I would never go to Baskin Robbins ever again.
I don't blame you.
I don't know. I feel the same way about mint chocolate chip. So yeah.
Yeah, what would be the reason for me to go there when I know the other flavors aren't as good?
Exactly. Right. I could tell you one thing that James Gunn could do for me to get excited, and that would be step down as head of DC Studios. If he steps down as head of DC Studios, I'll get hyped.
Should step down.
I'll throw a party.
We're gonna see after this movie is released in what, 6 months, 7 months?
July 11th. 2025, same day as One Punch Dan. So
you know what really gets me
too, what other films that are being released around the same time?
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's
Fantastic
not a good
Four.
idea.
Fantastic
Four, yeah.
You know what really gets me, guys, though? I was looking on YouTube and looking at different reactions to the trailer. And to actually see people actually breaking down, crying, bawling about this trailer.
What?
I'm like, are you serious?
I mean, yeah, maybe for them that they have some type of feeling about it. I mean, good for them, right?
I mean, I'm happy for them, but I just don't see it. It wasn't that deep.
Well, those clowns need to get a life.
It really wasn't that deep to me. I mean, it wasn't a tearjerker.
We've seen a lot of that before, so I don't understand why. Like it's not nothing, you know, that we haven't seen before.
You guys are saying that crypto didn't make you cry, because it sure didn't make me cry either. I just realized is Superman that much of a wimp that he needs to have Crypto drag him across the country? Are we really at that point in time where we've got to see Superman at his worst point in a trailer?
Hey, Crypto, save me.
Take me home.
I saw this on Facebook the other day. I saw a T-shirt with James Gunn's Superman symbol and Superman in the sky, and then the tagline is "Take me home." I just thought that was hilarious. I was like, "Wow, is that what they're doing now? Is that how they're coping?"
Basically.
Yeah, the only trailer that probably made me cry was The Flash, and the only reason why it made me cry is because there was a lot of Snyderverse references that, you know, it felt like a Snyderverse movie, but
It felt like a DC movie.
yeah,
It didn't feel like a Marvel movie, like
Right.
Blue Beetle.
yeah, we
Right.
still got to see, you know, Superman and you know, all of the DCU versions of Superman and Wonder Woman, and even though that bridge scene, I freaking hate that bridge scene, but other than that, it still paid tribute to the Snyderverse, so that's why I felt something for that film.
And the reason why I felt something for that film is for a whole different reason, is because remember when Barry was talking to himself in the Batcave, and they were talking about that little stuffed toy, and he said that Mom gave it to us, and she used to call him Monkey. That made me cry because that was my nickname that my mom gave me.
Yeah, of course, that would make me cry too.
And it surprised me because I didn't know that was in the movie. And when he said that, it just took me right back to my mom, because my mom passed in 07. And it just took me right back because she always called me Monkey, because she said when I was born, I had little fine hairs on my forehead. And she said I looked like a little cute monkey. So, so she called me Monkey all my life.
Yeah.
Rel McMillan says, Bell, I agree. Also, what bothers me is that Snyder hates love to say not giving the new Superman a chance is toxic. Their toxic crying and complaining is why the Snyderverse didn't progress.
Yeah, man, they fucking destroyed it for us, huh?
They did.
Motherfuckers, dude. Oh my God.
And their constant bitching and moaning was the reason why Black Adam wasn't as successful as it was supposed to be.
But yeah, that's another movie that
that's another movie that Gunn stole from. There was a lot of Black Adam-ish things in that trailer.
Yeah, and I heard they did Henry Cavill dirty with that. God, I was so happy when I saw that Henry Cavill fucking end credit, man. I was like, oh.
You just felt hopeful. You just felt like, you know, it's about to get, it's about to be on now. But
like John said, they took the rug from underneath us again. Assholes.
Michael says here, there's nothing Gunn can do to get me excited. He's disgusting, abusive tweets cannot be overlooked. Yeah, those tweets. I can't believe he's even working in Hollywood after those tweets. That's just me.
And people always talk about, well, that was back in his day. You know, they talk about that's back when that was a while back. That was a long time ago. The best way to predict future occurrences is by looking at past occurrences.
Okay, this is a good comment from Darth Plato. He says, what does Gunn need to do? Take the job of directing Superman seriously. Superman isn't just another movie, another superhero movie. Superman is the longest running classic hero. Superman is a cultural icon in the U.S. Well, he's a cultural icon all around the world. I think the only symbol that people recognize more than Superman is the sign of the cross.
Yes.
And
that's
Batman.
it. Batman too. Batman is kind of caught up, but Superman is worldwide, like, you know, at that point.
Yeah, you don't have to be a comic nerd to know what it is. Yeah.
Right.
Everyone knows.
Right.
Tony Khan says, if people like the trailer and cried, that's what's up. I still ain't seeing the movie or getting hyped for it though. Yeah, no, me either. I'm going to see the movie though, like I said, because I'm going to see it with a buddy of mine, and I will, I feel like I will suffer. Belle, I think I'm going to be shoving popcorn down my throat, like just constantly through this movie, because it's going to be like I'm going to feel like I have a nervous disorder watching this movie. It's like that. Oh my God.
Don't get a tick. Like,
I think it's going to be painful. I honestly do. Like, I really don't expect anything from James Gunn of any substance, because I've seen James Gunn's movies. I've seen his projects. I've seen Human Z. So James Gunn
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
That's another issue. That's another issue for me, because I see a lot of that online. Sometimes I have to take a break from this stuff because it starts affecting my mood, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
But I see honest question, and this is for everybody. What makes James Gunn better than Zack Snyder? Like, what is it about his movies that people think is better than what Zack Snyder gives us in these DC films?
I couldn't tell you.
I couldn't see it.
I think I know. James Gunn makes movies for the lowest common denominator. He doesn't challenge his audience. BVS, for example, Belle, is a very challenging movie. It challenges you mentally. It makes you think. It gives you a lot to go off of. James Gunn doesn't do that. He makes his movies simple. He throws in fart jokes. He throws in just stuff that dummies can enjoy. Stuff that just average people can latch onto. And I think that's the reason why he has appeal to his little creepy pervy fan base. I think that's what it is. I mean, I don't really, other than that, because the general audience, the general movie going audience is not like that at all. That's why I say I don't think that James Gunn, I don't think that his universe has a chance, because he's not going to have enough of the general audience behind him. His creepy little Gunnites and trolls and bots don't pay to see movies. Okay, so that's not going to make his DCU successful. So I don't know. I don't know who his stuff is for, really, honestly.
He is the movie director equivalent of Benny Hill.
Yeah, he tried.
And I love this comment. I love this comment from Sin Havoc. It's not a reboot. It's called a retcon, because James Gunn essentially got rid of everything else and is keeping all of his stuff, keeping all his characters, keeping Peacemaker, keeping Amanda Waller, keeping all of the stuff that he came up with from his Suicide Squad and all that crap. But he's not keeping any of the Snyderverse stuff. He's not keeping any of the. And what is the deal with the creepy post-apocalyptic stuff he's showing in that Creature Commandos cartoon with Superman like dead on the cross and kids
copying? He's copying
the
Gorilla
God and all that. What is the deal with that? In the last episode of Creature Commandos, you see Superman like dead on a pike, like blood dripping from his body, and you see all these, and then you see Gorilla Grodd like hovering over them. It was just so weird to me. I'm like, what is the deal with that? What is he trying to say? I thought he's just setting up his universe. This is supposed to be new, isn't it? Like, what are we doing here?
Maybe that was his little shot at the Snyderverse.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually like that scene, Zod.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just asking. I'm asking why it's there.
Yeah,
that's probably his shot at the Snyderverse fans.
Well, we're the ones that the Snyderverse fans are the ones that are throwing cans at Superman's head. Those are right. Isn't that what we're supposed to be? Isn't that who he's talking about? We're the Snyderverse fans, right? There's gonna be something in either. I guarantee there's either gonna be something in Creature Commandos where Snyderverse fans are referenced, or there's going to literally be something in the movie that references Snyderverse fans. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Because didn't James Gunn say something to the effect of that whatever's mentioned in the movies will be canon.
What? He said that?
Yeah, that was the stupid example that he gave. He said that if it's mentioned in the show or in the movie, it's canon. Michael says Zod, that's Gunn visually killing Snyder's DCEU.
Yep, that's what I meant. Yep, that's exactly what I meant. It was a shot.
What do you think about that, Belle? Do you think that's accurate as well?
I'm not sure. I don't know, but like, if he's saying stuff like what you said, like, you know, anything he says will be canon, or like the can and Snyder fans throwing the can, it wouldn't surprise me. As much as I appreciate that scene, it would surprise me. You already know me, Zod. That's why I love Snyder's work, because he was going more for a serious, darker toned, you know, apocalyptic type of universe, and that's why I like the Superman and Batman Superman Apocalypse, the animation. I don't know if you guys ever seen that.
Yeah.
Imagine Snyder doing that, but live action.
Yeah, I know. I think that's kind of where he was going too.
Yeah. Because we were supposed to get Furies. I think I want to say that's what was supposed to happen.
Yeah. You've seen it in the Snyder Cut. You got Granny Goodness. You got,
Yeah.
Yeah. He was setting us up for that.
Yeah.
And instead we got James Gunn giving Sean Gunn 5 different roles. Look at that. Sean Gunn's playing 5 roles.
And we got Crypto dragging Superman halfway across the world by his cape.
And then that what's his name? Looks like a video game to me. The guy that's playing Lex, the one with the gun.
Nicholas Holt.
Nicholas Holt.
The guy with the cap gun in the trailer. The bald guy with the cap gun.
Yeah, he looks like Hitman.
Any one of you answer
47.
this question? Answer this for me. Do any one of you feel any kind of intimidation from Nicholas Holt?
No.
I mean, I'm not sure what to think about it. I thought it was a little. I thought it was overkill.
Nicholas Holt.
The most he did in the trailer was look out of a window intensely. Then he was in the elevator holding a gun intensely. And then he was looking out another window intensely with some shades on.
Wouldn't it be funny if he's very similar to the way Jesse Eisenberg played Lex Luthor? Wouldn't that be hilarious if he was like a similar version,
I wouldn't be surprised.
like a knockoff version of Jesse Eisenberg's Lex?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I rest my case.
What do you guys think about Luthor Core? Why did he do that? What do you guys think of that?
It was a nod to Smallville.
Okay.
Right, because he's friends with all the Smallville.
Yeah,
all the Smallville cast have gone on podcasts with him, praising him and trashing the Snyderverse. So he's basically, just paying homage to them. That's what that is. And it's eventually going to be. It's probably most likely going to be LexCorp eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. Rel McMillan says Gunn is smart. He knows most fans don't read comics, so he changes the source material of D-list characters and emotionally manipulates the audience. I couldn't agree more.
That's exactly true.
It's you a weasel.
Yeah, of course.
Now what were you feeling when you started crying over Weasel in that fire? What were you thinking about, Belle? Like the kids, the stuff with the kids was sad. How they dragged Weasel out as the other kid was getting barricaded by the house coming down. That was so sad. He just let
now
those
you're gonna make
die.
me want to watch it.
But the people that were going after Weasel just let those kids die.
Yeah, that they only cared about Weasel.
That was the saddest part. They let the kids die. They didn't care about the kids. That's very James Gunn. That's very James Gunn-esque. Yeah, James Gunn. James Gunn says "F them kids." That's what that is.
Basically. Oh, he's so disgusting.
Yeah, Jennifer Holland is in this as well. I'm Jennifer
Who is
Holland.
she?
Man, that's his
Who is
wife.
Percy Graves? Is that what she's playing?
I bet
No,
you she will play.
she's
I'm surprised she's not playing Supergirl. To be honest with you,
yeah.
maybe Gunn will make her Wonder Woman.
I know that the princess was modeled after her.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
because she's like I think almost 30 years younger than James Gunn, isn't she? So it's
Oh my God, for real?
No, but she's in her late 30s. She's not that young.
Is she
She's
in her
not
30s?
that-
Okay.
Yeah, she's like
she in
about
her-
37, 38.
Okay. Well, that's good at least. I mean, at least that's okay. At least she's not like 22 and Gunn is,
I think
pushing
she's
60.
too attractive for him, to be honest.
She's too attractive for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes him because of his weird
Money.
personality. That's what it is.
Maybe she
the
came up
money
to
and
him.
the weird personality.
Maybe she came up to him at a movie premiere and said, "Excuse me,
It's a
are
career
you
move.
Zack Snyder?"
Oh my God. Could you imagine if that's how they met?
Man.
Oh, good night.
Oh,
Good
that
night,
was-
Damien. Thanks for coming, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, all right, yes, thank you.
No, I think Sydney Sweeney fits that role better. Darshan Paralukar. Sorry if I butchered your name.
Well, I just think it's hilarious, like the way that this is all shaping up. And I can't believe that he decided to start DC with Creature Commandos. It would be like starting a DC universe with that Injustice. Remember Injustice, Bell? The video game that they turned into a animated movie.
Which
It'd be
would
like
have been like,
It'd be
Which
like
would have been
starting
better than this
DC up
movie.
with Injustice. Start off the universe though with
No.
Injustice. That'd be
You're being-
crazy.
Are you serious though? Creature Commandos is what starts the universe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the start of the
That's
DC.
not a
Yeah,
joke?
No, it's
No,
not a joke.
that's
It's
not a joke,
canon.
actually.
no,
Are you
canon.
sure?
for real.
For real.
Look this up, like, cause that's like, from my opinion, that's a little mediocre.
Yeah,
Very mediocre.
It's terrible,
You're
isn't
on
it?
point.
Isn't it horrible? Yeah, it's the start of the universe. Creature Commandos is the first start of the DCU. That's how
Most
it
people
begins.
never heard of them. Most people never heard of them, and nobody cared about them. Nobody asked for this.
Sin Havoc,
To
at
me,
least
it's,
20 years apart.
To me, Creature Commandos is a version of the Suicide Squad, in my opinion.
It's just a monster version.
all of his movies are versions of the Suicide Squad.
All of them.
Those are the movies that he makes. He's
Well,
not gonna
actually-
do
Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
the Suicide Squad,
Yep.
Peacemaker,
Yep.
same old
The same formula.
team, same formulas.
okay,
He's,
okay, Bell.
One trick
Bell.
pony.
Bell. Jennifer Holland
It's
is
an appetizer. That's what the DC. That's what it says. It says it's an appetizer to the universe. Look at the appetizers I get are usually even better than the actual course sometimes. So I don't.
True. True.
so what does that tell us about Superman? Superman is gonna taste like dog shit if Creature Commandos is what we're holding up as the appetizer, right?
Oh.
There's 21 years that separate Jennifer Holland and James Gunn. James Gunn is 58, Jennifer Holland is 37. So just
My
so-
God, my mother was only 9 years older than my father.
I just have to, I just have to point that out. I just think that's
Yeah, Sin Havoc. You know what? I think James Gunn thinks some of us forget what the fuck he says. Like I said this before. He needs to keep track of what he says, because I remember a couple years ago, Blue Beetle was supposed to be part of the DCU.
The beginning.
Yeah, but it flopped. So he changed it and said Blue Beetle will still be a part of the DCU, but the Blue Beetle movie won't be canon because the Blue Beetle movie flopped, right? So he
And if I'm not mistaken, I think he said the same thing about Shazam too.
Oh yeah. But that flopped so hard because
Really hard.
Zachary Levi couldn't keep his mouth shut about the Snyderverse. Nobody went and saw Shazam.
He flopped
Hey,
his own
Jermaine.
movie. He flopped his own movie.
I feel bad for Zachary Levi because he just didn't know when to keep his mouth shut. He just kept burying himself deeper and deeper. Oh, don't feel bad, guys. The Snyderverse just didn't materialize. Well, you know what, Zachary Levi? The Shazam 2, it just didn't materialize, bro.
It just didn't materialize, son. Okay. Yeah. If he would have kept his mouth quiet, he talked his way out of a job.
Yeah, what I love about Henry Cavill, he's really classy, and he like anytime someone mentions something like that to him, he like next question.
Right, he shuts it down. And if anything, if he's forced to respond to it, what I love is that Henry will stick up for the fans.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's done that numerous times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why he's no longer part of that Witcher show, because he knew what they were doing was crappy and stupid and was not true to the source material. And he's like, if you're not going to be true to what the fans love and what the character is supposed to be, I'm out of here.
Plus, he was also in negotiations to come back as Superman at the time.
That's right. I heard. Right after the Black Adam cameo, right? Like around that time.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I think James Gunn will cast Zachary as Shazam in the DCU. Well, I don't think Zachary Levi is going to be anywhere near. And it's so funny because Zachary Levi did all these like suck up moves. He went on like ski trips with Peter Safran. It was so funny because he has like pictures on social media where they're like on ski trips and he's holding skis and then Peter's behind him, and it was sucking up on a level I've never seen before. It's sucking up on a level I'd be literally ready to off myself if I was him at this point, because like he's doing so much sucking up and he didn't even get offered anything.
Nothing. As a matter of fact, they canceled his whole thing. It was ridiculous.
Damien says that Cavill is awesome, 100%.
Absolutely.
Inevitable. The people who sabotage DC want a crossover, DC and Marvel films. That's their goal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kevin Tsujihara and Ronald Meyer ensured Zaslav's appointment and Gunn's job security back in 2019. You are absolutely correct, Sin Havoc. I gotta know, Sin Havoc, did you read my book? Did you read Pause Not Stop? Because you say a lot of things that I found out for that book. I wondered if you read that book.
Sin Havoc is on the inside. He's on the inside.
We know he is. We know he is. Okay, so Bell, so what is the thing that you right now as a DC fan, like what is the main thing that you're excited for as a DC fan? I know you've been watching Creature Commandos, so I mean, do you look forward to Creature Commandos, or do you just tolerate it because it's a DC animation and you like animation?
Well, yes and no, because I'm slowly trying to like what do you call it? Bring my channel back to life, and because it's an animation, and I want to, the people that watch me, I want them to see how I react to it, so they can know, like, what's going on, like with how I feel. Oh shit! What happened? Are we good?
Nothing. We can still hear you.
Oh, okay. It was my fucking internet. Okay. But
you don't have T-Mobile home internet, do you?
No, I switched over to Xfinity. It's a West Coast brand.
That's what I have too. I have Xfinity. I had
Okay,
T-Mobile and I switched over to Xfinity because T-Mobile was just pure
Oh yeah,
trash.
they're pure trash. They're like the universe they're giving us. I'm joking.
Yes,
I'm joking.
exactly, 100%.
But yeah, it's a little of both. I actually like what's her name? The Lady Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like her, and I kind of want to see what happens now because of the whole Weasel situation. But it's not my cup of tea. Like, to be honest with you, like, because there's a lot of, I noticed that the writing's kind of like you said, like they're trying to appeal to idiots.
It's
like
juvenile. Yeah.
It's very juvenile.
Yeah, it's like it's teenage type shit, So like it's like I need some depth, man. I need a story. I need like a real plot.
Like
where's this going?
like BVS, right?
Yes! Yes! We were gonna get Dark Side. We were gonna get fucking Dark Side.
Yes.
And possibly the New Gods. Big Barda.
The New Gods, the Furies, the Granny Goodness, Big Barda.
Yes.
All that.
The New Gods. Then we got Starro.
Oh my God.
Right.
They had a lot of potential with even with Green Lantern. Green Lantern could have been DC Star Wars.
Yes.
Fucking idiots. Sorry.
Okay.
Hey, Bell, nobody on this panel is disagreeing with anything you're saying. I mean, it's just the reality of the situation.
Just
that's one of the reasons why David Ayer's Suicide Squad got screwed in 2016. Kevin Tsujihara told him, "We need to Marvel this." Yep.
Yeah. They wanted the Deadpool money, so
it's very sad that the only character in the Suicide Squad that I kind of liked was Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, he didn't really do much either, though, huh?
The only reason I liked him is because the way he explained how his powers worked.
Yeah.
That was cool. But everything else,
Polka Dot Man. Yes.
That is,
Polka Dot Man. He needs his own movie.
Shout out to Polka Dot Man.
Right? His powers?
Yeah, it was really cool the way he explained it. That he has to discharge energy. If he don't, it'll hurt him. From those spots on him, the polka dots on him.
Yeah.
That was really cool because I always thought that was the dumbest character in comic book history. But the way he explained it kind of made him cool. I was like, okay, I get it.
Telling stories isn't Gunn's strong suit. No, it's not.
No. At all. Not unless it got a lot of farting and a lot of underwear. Yeah. Even Rick Flag was in his underwear.
I'm glad that we're getting Brainiac, but I'm also scared because
it's not going to be done right. It's not.
You see her, you already know what I'm thinking. Like,
yep.
I grew up.
Wait a minute. Who said we're getting Brainiac? I thought we're getting Metamorpho.
Him too.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mary.
Lottie Dottie, everybody. Right?
Everybody come on in. Come on in. The water's fine.
Oh my God. Yeah, hey, we might as well throw One Punch Dan in there too, right? Might as well throw him in.
And he'll whoop everybody's ass in Gunn's universe.
That's why I kept putting up those pictures side by side of like Gunn's characters and One Punch Dan characters to show they can totally kick the asses of these characters. It's crazy.
Okay. Me and Josh alone.
Especially the Green Lantern with the bowl haircut, the guy Gardner.
He looks so awful. He looks so awful. He looks like
say he's comic book accurate though. That's how he's supposed to look. Sometimes it doesn't look good on film.
It's just awful. He looks like a blonde Mo from the Three Stooges.
He reminded me of Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber. That's who he
reminded. Absolutely. He looks ridiculous.
I agree with that comment that Damien Antoine Vincent said.
Gunn Superman needs to be on HBO Max. Yeah, if we put Gunn Superman on HBO Max, it'll get more views for sure. You know,
Yeah.
in fact, James Gunn is they're so hyped on the views that this trailer got on YouTube. Why don't they just put Superman on YouTube, and then they could
You'll
buy
get a
all
better
the views for the movie, so that people, you know, and then they could say it was 100% a success.
Yeah. The only thing that that DC really gave me this year was the Penguin and Superman and Lois. They both were handled perfectly to me, in my opinion. The way they ended Superman and Lois, it was wonderful how they tied up that Elseworld story, because it is an Elseworld story. And it was so wonderful. It was so good. And Penguin, we ain't gonna talk about Penguin. Penguin was perfect to me from beginning to end.
Yeah, I enjoyed Penguin too. It was
it was so good.
Yeah. Definitely it was a good mobster story for me.
Mm-hmm. And the thing I loved about it is the fact, like, in almost every other iteration of the Penguin, he loves that name. But this one, he couldn't stand it. He actually killed people that called him that.
Yeah.
And because in other iterations, it's like he gave himself that name. But in this one, it's like it was forced upon him. And I like that angle.
Yeah, I'm really amazed that Penguin was as good as it is. I think, and actually, if anything deserves a season 2, it's Penguin.
Yes,
Yeah.
But Penguin probably won't get a season 2 because James Gunn only cares about his stuff. That's why they canceled. That's why they canceled Superman and Lois, because of James Gunn. Because James Gunn doesn't want any competing versions of his heroes and stuff. So I don't think Penguin's going to get a season 2, but it would be nice if it does.
And it's so sad that Tyler Heckler's Superman suit is 135,687 times better than that mess that he got on in that movie. Tyler Heckler's costumes were wonderful.
Well, we know
Future
that
Commandos
we know that Henry Cavill's the GOAT, and you know,
always. Yeah.
I mean, what can we do? It's
So Gunn really is like running the show. Like,
oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
He's head of the studio, Belle.
Really?
Yeah. That's why he keeps green lighting all his stupid stuff, because he's head of the studio.
I don't like the new logo. I don't like the.
No, I don't either.
Nitpicks. I know it sounds like very nitpicky, but I noticed
it's a very old logo. It's a very old logo, Belle.
Old logo.
Goes back to the 90s.
Yeah, and I said that. This is one thing I said. I noticed, like, nostalgia. They're trying to bring back the nostalgia, and to me, that doesn't always fucking work. Okay, because you got different. I'm sorry. You got different age groups, like, you know, millennials, Gen Xers, even some boomers, and now Gen Zers, which are, I feel like, more like James Gunn fans. No offense, Gen Z, but I feel like Snyder was going forward, like he was moving forward with stuff, and now Gunn's like trying to go backwards to see if it works. And no,
you're
Snyder was
going
to mythology, like Lord of the Rings type, but
See,
Gunn
he was
likes the comic books.
feels more grand too for some reason, like on a more grander scale.
That's what I was just about to say. Zach was trying to make it more, like you said, more grander, more grandiose. He wanted to modernize it. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to bring it into a new era. And James is just trying to recapture what happened back in the days. But see, there are more people alive nowadays that don't know anything about that. That's not their era. You know, that's for like the people like my age and up. You know, and it's crazy, and it's not working, and he doesn't care because he don't care what other people think. He just want to do what James Gunn wants to do.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I said this before too. Like I love Chris Reeves' Superman, but
Yes,
he worked for that time. You know what I mean? You can't
right.
bring that version to now. It's just not going to work.
It's not. It's not the
Yeah.
same time. It's not the same era, and it's not the same feel in the world. You can't bring that spandex suit up now to 2024. It's just not possible. It's not. Nobody wants to see the trunks. And even if you did do the trunks, do them well. Okay,
Yeah.
not the granny panties.
Is that what he's wearing?
I mean, how do you feel about? I was just gonna ask,
They're
how do you
huge.
guys feel about the? How do you guys feel about the trunks? I mean,
They're
I
awful.
think that's they're awful, but I feel like it's the least of the issues. Like it's the least of, you know. There's so much wrong that the trunks are just another.
They're just
The trunks actually feel like a nitpick at this point because
They
there's
are.
so much wrong that you know.
The trunks is awful. The belt looks plastic. The top the whole top bodice looks like Star
Party
Lord's
City,
uniform with a cape on.
Party City costume.
Right.
I've seen Superman costumes on eBay that look better than the one that James Gunn's Superman is wearing.
I've seen people make them homemade on YouTube that look better than that. It's crazy.
No.
It does. If you look at the top part of his costume and take the cape off, that's Star Lord. That's his suit. That's his suit. He just
Well,
slapped
that's
an
all they
S
did.
on it.
They just repurposed the Star Lord suit. That's definitely
They
a
just
Star
slapped
Lord suit.
the S on it and put a cape on it and said, "There you go, Superman."
Yeah. I kind of feel bad for Corn Sweat though, because he has some big boots he's gonna have to fill. Because those Henry Cavill boots.
Yeah. And did you notice that James kind of threw him under the bus, trying to say that, oh, it was his idea to have the suit that way and to have the trunks?
He said that?
Yes. Yep. He blamed Corn Sweat.
You need to shut up sometimes. Like, shut the fuck up.
He blamed him. He said David was very vocal about how the suit should look and that the trunks should be there. But then in another interview, I heard they said that Corn Sweat said the suit looks cooler than it feels. He said the thing is hot. He says uncomfortable and it's hot.
That.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So he tried to put it off on him. That it was all mainly him.
Poor Corn Sweat.
I know.
And he has to deal with because I mean, there is a lot of, I'm not talking about us, but there is a lot of fans out there that kind of take it a little too far. And
yeah.
It's not his fault, you know what I mean? He got casted as Superman. I'm sure he wants to play Superman and he's going to try his best. But he also has to go by a freaking script too. So,
yes.
You know.
Plus he has the weight of the scrutiny of him and being compared to Henry. So
yes, that's like, he's taking up the mantle now for Superman.
Mm-hmm. And I wonder, do he feel used? Because obviously James Gunn picked a guy that looked almost exactly like Henry Cavill.
They look like they could be brothers.
Yes, for a reason. Could be his
little brother.
Yeah, and I think that was a shot at the Snyderverse too, to get somebody to look almost just like Henry Cavill, but not to act like Henry Cavill, not to be the same. It's a whole different. James Gunn is nuts.
This is the picture here that Sin Havoc was referring to, and I think this says it all pretty much when it comes to the suit.
Oh God.
That stupid Superman cartoon,
See,
Star
yeah,
Lord and Superman.
it looks like Star Lord. See, with the same things down the chest, the two lines down the chest, and the way the shoulders look. It's Star
Yeah.
Lord suit. It's Star Lord suit. See, I draw a lot. I draw characters and stuff. So I have a good eye for detail. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, that's Star Lord. Because it looks just like it. Just with a cape and an S. And it's bright blue. Oh God, it's awful.
Yeah, it's hard to ignore. I mean, it's definitely awful.
Have you seen the side by side comparison to Henry and that?
Oh shit.
it,
We all know. We all know already.
it looks like he's playing. He looks like a Halloween kid just ready to go get some candy. You know, my mom made my superhero suit. It's so bad. It's so
All I can
bad.
say is that the shoes is too big for Corin Sweat to fit
The
in.
boots. I'm not even gonna get on the boots. I,
That's the one thing. That's the one positive that I will give this trailer, guys. The fact that Corin Sweat does not look like Cavill. They made him. They made him look.
Yeah,
They made
yeah,
him look so
different somehow.
weak and so bizarre. He doesn't look like Cavill. He looks. Bell, I think he looks like Bizarro, but that's just me.
yeah.
I
I
don't think he
mean,
looks like Cavill at all. Now he
he
does.
doesn't.
He
He,
does.
he
He
doesn't.
does in real life. In real life, if you put him side
Right.
by side, he resembles Cavill. But the way that they
Yeah,
did Superman, he doesn't look like Cavill.
and he doesn't hold the characters like he's supposed to. Even when in BBS, when Superman was killing what you call him, Doomsday,
Zod,
and he
Wonder
had and he
Woman.
had he had a spear through his chest. He still had you still seen the strength in him. You still seen the strength in him, even though he was about to die. You still see the strength in him.
Yeah.
When that man, David Cornswabble, when he was in that crater talking about some home, take me home, that it's no comparison. It's no comparison at all. He just can't handle it. He can't hold it. From what I'm seeing so far, mm-mm. It's crazy. It's really crazy. It's awful.
Gunn resents archetypal characters like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Hence the watering down of the aesthetic Zack Snyder utilized to such good effect. Yeah.
Now y'all notice that there's been talk about we got Superman coming. There's been talk about Batman, but there has not been one word about my sister, Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
None, because he knows he don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke. It's bad enough what he's doing to Batman and Superman, but if he touched the princess from Themyscira, the amazing Amazon, my twin sister, okay, that's right, I'm the first man from Themyscira. Um, it's not going to be good. Because whatever he does, he's going to over sexualize her. Watch.
Yeah,
He's going.
and that's what I love about Zack's Wonder Woman. That's one. The first thing I thought when I saw Wonder Woman was badassery. I didn't.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's beautiful. No shit, duh,
Gorgeous.
right? But
And
that's not
sexy.
the first thing I saw. I
Nope.
just saw, oh my gosh, she's bad as fuck. Look at her with her fucking shield taking on fucking
Word.
Doomsday. You know what I mean?
Word. And when she
Yeah.
threw that lasso on him and was holding him for them, I was like, ooh. Ooh. That's my
Yeah,
girl.
that
I'm
was
sorry.
she was a perfect Wonder Woman, especially in
Well,
BB.
yeah. And I felt so bad in the beginning because when she first got cast, I was like, really? I'm like,
Yeah.
because
I think we
I'm
all felt
sorry.
like that.
I'm
Just
sorry.
like
I
with
came
Ben
from
Affleck.
yeah, him too.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
felt
I
the
came
way
from the old school about Wonder Woman, and I come from the Linda Carter era, so I was like, how can she be Wonder Woman? She doesn't have anything to hold the double W's up with. That was me then.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're
So,
right. He would sexualize
but
it.
when he released that first image, I was all in. I'm like, okay, all right, I see it.
Oh yeah, he made her gain weight too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was as soon as I saw that first image that he released of her in the costume, I was like, yeah, I'm in. I'm all in. She looks
yeah.
good.
And you know that the first teaser, and that's a real teaser trailer. The very first BVS teaser, that's what you call a fucking teaser, because all you really hear is dialogue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that fucking
teaser.
James Gunn gave us was
even
like
though
the
they did mess
fucking
up and
TikTok video.
yeah, even though they did mess up and reveal Doomsday a little too early, I think. But
Yeah, I think a lot of that was pressure too from the studio, right?
I think so. Yeah.
To try to market it to appeal more to the audience.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, honestly, excited for the movie. I was so damn excited. I'm still excited for it.
Me too.
Because I can watch it anytime.
I screamed like a little girl when she dropped out of the sky and crossed her and did that, and all you heard was, oh, I lost it. I'm excited thinking about it now.
That's another thing too. These Zach's characters had original scores, and that's another thing I don't like that James Gunn is doing. He's going back to a score that we heard already. It's just a remix.
A bad electric guitar remix, yeah.
And it does not fit the movie. It does not fit it.
I agree. It doesn't.
Gunn only did what Whedon did in Justice League, so.
Oh my God.
He's always trying to do something like somebody else. Can you be original? Oh.
Yeah.
And then when he wants to perpetrate like it's original. When you're doing the exact same flight scene that we're sitting on top of his shoulders watching him fly from the back of his head. Didn't Snyder do that? Of course he did. When he shot straight up in the air and then you saw the sonic boom and then he goes off. Didn't Zach do that? Come on, it's just ridiculous. The slow motion scene where he catches the little girl. That was a little girl, I think it was. And he protects. Was it?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that whole slowdown scene. That's Zach all day.
Yeah.
I have to admit, this actually looks like an adult parody movie, like one of those like. oh my God!
I just saw that picture. That looks better than his movie.
Oh my God! It's.
I'd rather see that movie.
Terrible.
It's so sad. I don't even want him to get. I don't even want him to get Wonder Woman. I don't want him to touch Wonder Woman. I just want him to leave her alone. I do.
Who made this? Oh my
God. Wait. Yup. I saw that too.
It's pretty fascinating, isn't it? I mean, how do we where do we go? Where do we go from here as DC fans? We're supposed to take this stuff seriously?
Do you guys ever I might sound a little lame for this, but do you guys ever go back to the original slate online? You guys remember the original slate that we were supposed to get?
Oh, from James Gunn?
When it looked cool back in the day?
The DCEU films.
Oh, yeah. You mean like
It was
Aquaman
so
and
much
Wonder
better.
Woman and yeah,
Yes.
Aquaman, and Wonder Woman, and Aquaman 2 that was supposed to come out, and that
Yeah.
unfortunate Wonder
The
Woman 2.
cyborg movie,
Yeah.
Yep,
Atom,
Cyborg. Yep,
and
he was gonna have
Justice
something with the
League
Green
1, 2,
Lantern.
3.
Yep.
And
Hmm.
what's the slate now? Superman and Creature Commandos and what else?
Who knows?
So I think Supergirl is on the slate,
Oh
isn't it?
yeah, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Yeah. Oh yeah. I can't wait to see her suit or lack thereof, because you know how he does the women.
Yeah,
He
unfortunately.
might just send her out there with a thong and an S on her chest and a cape. That's it.
Oh my God, I hope not.
This is Gunn. This is James Gunn.
Well, maybe he'll do that with if it's his wife. Okay, so here I did a comparison with One Punch Dan and then Superman with that weird Clark Kent with that weird hipster haircut. I don't know.
Yeah. And then they have the
And
the
nerve to put a little
broccoli
S
haircut.
curl.
so down here, and I think put One Punch Dan up against whoever this Green Lantern is, this Jim Carrey Green Lantern.
Straight killer.
I think One Punch Dan would kill him.
One punch. That's all it takes.
It's just and then the Superman of the One Punch Dan universe. No
That's
budget versus $360 million. There is Just Josh versus Superman. Now you tell me.
Looks better.
There's no comparison.
Is there a comparison between Superman and Just Josh? You tell me.
Just Josh will mop the floor with that dude,
No
that
comparison.
bootleg Superman. And he got his partner, the Bishop, to back him up.
Poor Corn Sweat.
No, it's Corn Swavel.
Just Josh would literally wipe the floor with Superman.
Of course he would.
One thing I could say about Superman in that particular picture is he's kind of smiling a little bit, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Josh is definitely ready to go. Yeah,
All the time.
always.
All the time. Hmm. Yes. And no, his name is David Corn Swavel.
Okay,
Bootleg
and we got
bootleg
something here. We got something here. We're gonna
Corn Swavel.
from
That's
Zack
right, Corn
Snyder
Swavel.
from Zack Snyder that Sin Havoc is sharing with us here. So I'm gonna go ahead and share
Okay.
this because this is from Zach. So we'll go ahead and share this in a moment. Let me just put this up here. All right, we got that. And wow. It's incredible what happens when you stop paying for StreamYard, how slow everything is.
You wouldn't be back except for The Dark Knight Returns. I don't know if Netflix finally has it and you could hypothetically continue.
Oh my God.
If Netflix had owned the rights to the the DC characters in my extended universe, of course I would absolutely whatever yeah, no question.
I would be very happy.
Yeah.
I will be very happy. And about superhero movies, I have to ask you because you are one of the biggest figures in the industry. Do you feel that these movies are losing popularity? Because I think that, and why? Precisely why? Why do you think it's happening?
I mean, we've been watching superhero movies every weekend for 15 years or something like that, right? Yeah. So it's not outrageous that there is that the graph is gonna fluctuate, yeah. And so I just think that I don't think by any means that I don't think the superhero movie is completely like done. I think that, but I do feel like there's an onus on the filmmakers and on the people who are the guardians of this IP to be sure that they are bringing audiences the highest quality material they can, because now this audiences are very sophisticated. They know they know it. They know the stories now. You need to surprise them again.
I think Zach just threw some shade at him.
He sure did. He sure
When he
did.
said those over there who are the guardians of this IP.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Shades thrown.
Yeah. As soon as you said it, I was like, oh.
The Guardians. Yes. I mean, Belle, I saw the way your face lit up when Zach said that, so I know you caught that too. I mean, what did you think? Was he throwing shade at James Gunn?
Of course he was. He said
he's cryptic. He always is cryptic. So
yes. You know how he used to give us clues for things coming out, like the turkey in the background. It had the comic book stacked up in the background and all that. He loves doing stuff like that. So when he said that he's sticking to, it goes into the guardians of this IP. Come on, who's the guardian of the IP? Gunn.
Gunn and everyone else that's over there.
And what was his most successful movies? The Guardians. Come on now, that's not a coincidence.
I gotta get going. But
I'm glad you said that, because Belle, we're getting ready to wrap it up anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you, Qatar. Thank you, Bishop, and of course, thank you, Belle. Belle, I'm gonna have to send you my number so we can keep in touch. This is ridiculous. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to put the link out there publicly just so that I can reach out to you, because it's hard for us to connect. So but I'm really excited. I'm excited that we were able to all sit down and do this and have this stream. And I want to thank everybody in the chat. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting One Punch Dan. The movie is coming out July 2025, and it will compete with James Gunn's Superman. It will look like a multi-million-dollar movie when it's all done. I guarantee it. And also, let's see. That turkey pick ruined so many friendships in the fandom. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yep. It's always great. It's always great when Belle is around. Couldn't agree more. Guys, this was great. This was fun. Thank you so much. And I guess I'll see everybody next year when we do more stuff.
Yes.
And one more thing. Belle, what do you got coming up on your channel? Because I know you're trying to come back, so I kind of want to give you the last word here.
Another what do you call it? Oh my god, my brain just went dead. Watch along with the Creature Commandos, episode 5, I think. Episode 5.
And Belle, it was wonderful to meet you, Belle. I've heard so much about you.
Nice to meet you, Belle.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up this stream. I just want to briefly talk to these 3 great people backstage for a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Good night, everybody. Thank you.